Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Michael B, and today we're taking a look at the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K. This product was announced in December of 2023, but yet has come to fruition, yet has come to market, and there's been no news about it recently. Is it still happening? And are you still interested? So that's right, guys. Today we're going to do a little bit of an update on the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K. I got a little bit of news recently that I thought was pretty interesting I wanted to share with you, and I'm sure a lot of you are saying, well, maybe it's scrapped. Well, I've got some news to the contrary, but I also want to do a little bit of a look at the need for the product with so many other multicades coming on the market recently. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for checking out the video. Guys, I always appreciate the support. If this is your first time to the channel, you like what you see, go ahead, subscribe, click the bell for notification, all that YouTube stuff. So it was roughly around 12 months ago now, back in December of 2023, we got this announcement from AtGames that a new AtGames Legends Ultimate 4KP would be coming from AtGames, upgrading the original AtGames Legends Ultimate with a 4K screen, more powerful board set, coming in 2024. So I want to go back and look a little bit through the presentation they put out at that time, showing off the arcade that I know got a lot of critique from the community. A lot of people weren't happy with it. A lot of people weren't happy with the art that was on the cabinet. A lot of people weren't happy with the small coin door. Me personally, I liked it. I love the new design. The artwork I thought was not as bad as it could have been, maybe a little ham-handed, but I'm still excited. I think this is one of the best looking AtGames Legends Ultimates made to date. So it was supposed to be coming on pre-order in 2024. We go down to the MSRP. Take a look at it here. We're looking at $599.99 originally for the AtGames Legends Ultimate, and the MSRP was going to be $1,299.99 for the Legends Ultimate 4K. Now, I was told initially there was going to be a sale, just like they did with the AtGames Legends Pinball 4K when it first went up, so you'd be able to buy it for like around $1,000 instead of $1,300. So you're going to get your upgrade in the board with the RK3588 compared to the RK3328 in the original Legends Ultimate. Upgrading storage, you're going to get a bigger LCD display going from 24 inches to 27 and in 4K. LCD marquee was going to be included, so you didn't need to buy a bit LCD marquee like you did with your Legends Ultimate. That also increases the price. Legends CE 4K, and that's going to be something we talk about in just a little bit. Then there were some other options there, but this never came to fruition. We never got a pre-order in 2024, and it fell into 2025. And since then, we've really gotten no news. And to many people's surprise, without much fanfare or previous announcement, we did get an upgraded AtGames Legends Ultimate that showed up at Sam Clubs, the Legends Ultimate CE HD, which did in fact have the new user interface that was going to be a release feature of the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K. So we heard about the CE 4K. This has a new UI, the CE HD. Huge thanks to Tampa Tech. This is from his video, him reviewing the cabinet and setting it up. So we did get a Legends Ultimate. However, with this Legends Ultimate, it also came with a new feature we've seen from AtGames in the last little while, where the advanced features don't come free with the cabinet. That means OTG and in some instances BYOG do not work immediately with the cabinet without you having to purchase the advanced features. Now, this new Legends Ultimate is also available in Canada, both at the Brick and at Best Buy, so you can pick it up if you are interested. It goes for $8.99. I can't remember exactly what the sale price is in the US. I think it's like $5.49 or $5.99. It's also available right now during AtGames National Owners Day with the AtGames Affordable Financing, but I couldn't see it on their website to share it. Anyways, here's the cabinet. It has the exact same screen. The big change which is in fact the user interface and the included games. This comes with 300 included games featuring a number of Atari games as well as some new games. Some games are no longer there, like Tron. The Disney games are no longer there. We do get some rare games like Battletoads, some of those. So, keep in mind, you can go check that out. But it seemed to me like maybe the Legends Ultimate 4K was no longer a priority for AtGames, and they decided, you know what, maybe we'll just do a new Legends Ultimate and get some new customers that way. And that seemed to be the direction they were going with the release of this Legends Ultimate CE HD. Now, I've got to be honest with you guys, when the original AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K was announced, I liked the fact that it was going to have a larger screen. I liked the fact that it was going to have a new form factor. And I liked the fact that it was going to have a more powerful chipset. And I said, you could do so many things with this. Obviously, Killer Instinct was going to be the marquee game that came with the cabinet. I was excited to see what the community could do with an upgraded chipset. Could we play more advanced games on the cabinet? There was lots to be excited about. But at the same time, I was somewhat cautious. I said, I'm going to wait to see what the community can do with it because I already have an AtGames Legends Ultimate. And I didn't really understand the need to upgrade my Legends Ultimate if I'm just going to be playing the same game. Sure, you get a little bit of a bigger screen. Maybe some of your old 30-year-old arcade games would be up-resed on the 4K screen, but what really is the benefit to the Legends Ultimate 4K outside of that? Well, of course, the big upgrade for getting an AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K is in fact that you can play pinball on your Legends Ultimate. And right now with the Legends Ultimate HD, you can only play a specific set of games. You can't play your games in 4K, and you can't play a certain company's games. And that specific company, of course, is Zen Studios Pinball FX, which is one of the biggest reasons a lot of people jumped onto the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K was the fact we were going to be able to play these awesome Zen Studios games now on the AtGames ecosystem. So for people that only have room for one machine and usually play their pinball stuff on the AtGames Legends Ultimate, this would also enable them to pick up all the new pinball games in 4K or the upgraded games from the normal AtGames library, plus also pick up the Zen Studio games. So that's the big selling point for AtGames. But of course, a lot of people were still interested because what could it do for arcade games? As we know, there's certain games that don't work or don't work properly on the AtGames Legends Ultimate, kind of like Golden Axe of Revenge of Death Adder and Spider-Man have graphical issues. And more modern arcade games, like you would see on Technoparrot, don't work there as well, so there was hope these would work on the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K. And they may possibly be able to work on this device. We don't know yet. But unless you're really good at actually doing emulation stuff yourself, like, downloading, finding the ROMs, putting that stuff together, and then making it work through the AtGames Legends ecosystem through their new universal loader, you're going to really have to rely on the community. And that's what's made the original AtGames Legends Ultimate so successful, is there was such a large community for it, going out and collecting all the OOS files, putting them in drives for people to find, and actually building stuff like OneSauce that work with CoinOps and other things like that, allowing us to maximize the potential of our AtGames Legends Ultimates without being that much of a computer-savvy guy. Now, the question is, will the community support the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K in the exact same way? So as you guys are all aware, there's been so many cool things done with AtGames over the years. One of the biggest things that happened recently was that the team from A Customs Arcade, the Mystery Encoder team, was able to get VPX running on the AtGames Legends Pinball 4K without a PC. And this became a huge thing that's been in development for forever now. So in order to get access to this, you actually have to be invited because it's still in beta. It's not available to everybody. And you're probably wondering what the holdup is. What I've been told directly from a lot of the team working on this is they've in fact completely stopped working on it. They've stalled because they're no longer interested in providing this service for the AtGames Legends Pinball 4K, because they don't want a company making proceeds or profits from their work. This is something they wanted to put out to the community and have it be something everybody could enjoy. But now that AtGames are, holding their OTG and BYOG kind of behind paywall with the advanced features, not saying that's a good or a bad thing, but the team that was working on this and working on a lot of the modding stuff for AtGames have decided they don't really want to support that. So if the ALU 4K is still coming out and it doesn't have the community support for all the extra things that made the ALU so friggin' awesome with bring your own games, coin ops, all that fun shit, is there that much reason to pick it up outside of being able to play pinball and the first-party stuff AtGames did? Or are you totally okay with paying for the advanced features and then trying to figure it out yourself? I'd be interested to know. Now, you guys are probably thinking, well, it doesn't really matter anyways because the AtGames Legends Ultimate isn't coming out, right? There's no news on it. That, I'm told, is incredibly false. The AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K is still coming out. In fact, some of the games are being tested for it right now with an upcoming, release or announcement in the very near future. I'm also being told from rumors in the community that it has been completely overhauled. It's going to have a new design, and we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. See if you guys like it more than the original design. Now, what further muddies the waters about the release of the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K is the fact that so many other competitors have entered the market, one of which being our friend Glenn, making the GRS Buildicade FU with two models with a 19-inch rotating 4x3 screen and also the 26-inch self-rotating or physical rotating 26-inch screen. So before, AtGames really had, outside of third-party companies, kind of like, Rec Masters and stuff like that, they had an absolute monopoly on the, Multicades scene in the retail market with the Legends Ultimate. Now all of a sudden we've got awesome competition coming from Glenn, and a lot of people in the community seem very interested in what Glenn is doing. It has a comparable chip to what AtGames has. You're going to be able to run all the same games. The only difference is, of course, you're not going to get the Legends ecosystem, and you're probably not going to be able to play pinball on it if that's something you were interested in. I'm sure Glenn will find a way. Then, of course, you've also got the upcoming Iconic Arcade, and while this is, in essence, a continuation of what they were doing with Arcade 1-Up, it's a little bit more than that. With the inclusion of a Raspberry Pi 5, this also essentially becomes a multicade because you're going to be able to add whatever game you want to that ecosystem and play those as well. So while you've already got the GRS multicade, you've also got this multicade coming as well. So there's a lot more competition in the standard multicade market, though of course none of these are in 4K. But of course you also have the fact that while these aren't 4K, they are going to be cheaper, with the Iconic Arcade coming in at $699 US and Glenn's Buildicade FU coming in at under $1,000 for the 19-inch, and we're thinking somewhere around $1,200 for the 26-inch. So what I want to know from you guys is, are you still interested in an AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K at this point? With the delays, has any of your interest kind of dragged on what they were doing? Does the idea of being able to play Zen Studios pinball and pinball in 4K on an AtGames Legends Ultimate entice you to buy these? Does the competition in the market, and I only mentioned a couple here, I only mentioned the Iconic Arcade and of course the GRS Buildicade FU because they're the two new hot things in the community, but there's also the Polycade, there's also the Unico Nova Blast. There's a lot of competition out there in the multicade sector. Does the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K product still prevail over those to you? And then of course we have the question about the buying of advanced features. Are you okay with paying an additional $100 to $200, depending on if there's a sale at the time, for picking up the advanced features BYOG and OTG. One of the benefits of having a 4K screen is, of course, connecting to Steam and a PC and playing some of these games that are perfect for an arcade, kind of like Shredder's Revenge and stuff like that in 4K on your screen. But are you okay with paying to do so? Anyways, I'm just interested to know, is there still a demand for the Legends Ultimate 4K? How many people are interested? And with the news that it is still coming, people are still working on it, and there's a potential redesign, are you excited for it? Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments down below. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. This is Michael B. the Game Genie. I'll talk to you next time.